Greetings and salutations. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's cool. Yo, welcome to Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones, episode 38. 2 from 40. Feeling real good about that. Very grateful about that. And of course, this is brought to you by Block Legend 7. Shouts out to Block Legend 7 and ING Records LLC. Shouts out to ING as well. Yo, I'm going to say, for 38, I literally was talking about, my plan was to talk about instincts and intuition not being used like it used to be. And then I talked to my cousin, and I was inspired to talk about what happened this following Saturday, which plays a part into what I was going to talk about anyway. But yo, the whole Alabama, the Montgomery Royal Rumble, I called it. Man, listen. Okay, first and foremost, that gave me hope. Again, like I say, my plans was to talk about intuition and instincts and how we don't use it. When I look back at those videos, which I did a few times again today, and of course I seen it when it happened. Shouts out, what's going on, Nikki? What's up, everybody in the live? Man, listen. When I saw them peoples try to do that man in for doing his job, and them peoples come off that ferry and played that shit like a whole Royal Rumble, which I know my cousin and my bestie know I'm a wrestling fan, so the whole chair shit, I'm not mad that they bleeding that shit dry. Bleed it, because, man, forgive me for saying that shit was a low-key beautiful thing. That gave me hope again. I was telling my cousin when he gave me the idea, I was telling him, I'm like, man, we just sat and watched a woman out here in Chicago get hit 3 good times in the face, of course by one of our own, but regardless, and nobody did nothing except her son, which he took Buddy life. Man, I haven't seen something like the whole Alabama brawl since I was a kid, now that I think about it, where you not finna just sit up here and jump this man like we not looking at you and seeing what it is, and like this man is not trying to do his job. So the whole time, look, I went into it deeper. So I'm not even knowing some of those people that helped him was coming off that ferry that needed to park or dock where these people's boat was, and they trying to act like, you know, they in their right to do that shit. That shit is beyond crazy. Shouts out, what's up, Alicia? It's crazy, but like I say, man, I'm grateful. Shouts out to Skrill too, man. I'm grateful that Cuz kind of put me on that, because when I got to looking at it, it is crazy. It's a whole bunch of sad to it, but I kind of instantly looked at it like it was kind of funny to me, you know. I'm not even tripping on the list, and I am not the type that believe that no woman should be hit, you know what I'm saying, by a man. But I also believe that if you run up and you honestly think you can beat someone stronger than you, then you kind of, you know, to every action there's a reaction. And that's just the laws of nature. They saying that man was a well-respected co-captain of the riverboat. And believe me, seeing the videos, because it's several angles, seeing the videos lets me know that's real. Because I seen one of the videos where the guy honestly didn't sound like he was talking crazy. Of course, I couldn't fully hear what the man was saying, but you could tell in the body language, like, man, he wasn't on that. He wasn't on that. And literally the white boy got on crazy mode. His people get right on it. But did you see how that switched up when them people got off that ferry? It's a whole bunch of this. And I don't mean to laugh, man. I'm not with it. It's just bad. Cuz say, nigga, I was so happy I cried when I was watching it, and not out of frustration, out of happiness. Like you said, I have hope that black people can and will stick together. And definitely when necessary, man, because that was necessary. Because they was dead ass wrong. They was dead ass wrong. They was dead ass wrong, and they thought they had it, and they didn't. They didn't. That did put my hope, because like I say, that's kind of ironic, man. I was thinking like, man, what happened to our instincts as men, and what happened to a woman's intuition? And seeing that, man, kind of just shut me down, because, and like Alicia said, okay, he was a well-respected person, but man, look, regardless from my side to it, they were not going. They wasn't trying to hit nothing, because like I say, by the time they got to them people's boats, you seen a whole bunch of this. No, they ain't trying to hear none of that. We rumbling. Don't even get me started on Buddy that swim across. Buddy swam across. Got up and was like, yo, who we whooping? Straightened himself up and everything. Who we whooping? Heard he was a youngin'. Think 16 or something. The real MVP for real. And man, that's something that needs to be done. Like, yo, it's been so many people pulling out cameras, man, that'll look at it. Like, that was beautiful to have a mixture of both. They literally was recording the greatest Rumble I've seen since WWE, period. Say this was the first time in history where somebody got whooped out their Crocs. They beat the Crocs off that man. His whole foot was through that joint. His whole foot was through that joint. They ain't want no smoke, but they thought they had it. How did you think that was gonna go, man? How did you think that? Say yes. The place where it happened is very historic. Yes, I did hear that as well. Like that was supposed to have been a peaceful Saturday evening, afternoon, and it just turned now. But thinking like how bad it could have been, because man, they could have really, honestly, they wasn't getting the best of the old man. You know what I mean? They might have got him on the ground, but Buddy wasn't going by a long shot. But it could have got so much worse. And like I said, they thought it was over, and it had just begun. Like, the people got to coming off that ferry, man. I watched like 4 videos. Some scenes that I had never saw, like I didn't see at first when them people got off that boat. Hey, taking shirts off, everything. They like, hey, listen, they probably, like you said, Alicia, that might have been a well-respected man in the company, and he's a co-captain, he been there. But listen, they showed up and showed out. Say it's where they bought slaves in from Mobile up the Mississippi River to another place to be sold. Hey, Alicia, you be talking that shit, man. Eventually, you gonna have to come up here, man. You can't keep hitting me with the fun facts and don't think I don't want to pick your brain all the way. That's not gonna happen. That's dope, because I did not know that. Well, then that makes me even prouder, because they wasn't going. That fold chair was the star of the show. Hey, did you see how they been putting black Nikes on Buddy with a do-rag on them? They was not going. They was not going. So I was in Montgomery when it happened. Well, I mean, how did you hear about it, Alicia? Actually being out there, because you right there. Like, did you see it on the web like we did, or was it like on the news? Because I see CNN and all that that picked it up. Because I definitely would have liked to have been there to see that. Because you don't, man. Truth be told, man, somewhere else I didn't hear till the next day. Oh damn. Anywhere else, man, most of us are so used to people so-called minding their business that was beautiful.
Yo,
Hello. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask
man,
you for. Hey, they fucked
that
around
nigga, you
and
kind of
found out.
close too, though. You kind of close too, though. How did you find out about the whole thing when it went down?
Yeah, 'cause you know that's literally right up the road. That's where I get my head on it. I can get to Montgomery in my drive in 25 minutes. But shit, I found out on the internet like everybody else. I seen the chair like everybody else when it came across Buddy head like that. So I was really proud,
That
honestly.
was my next
I,
question.
that was the first time I've been proud to live in Alabama. I'm like, all right, I got one.
They
So
went
I'm
in.
pleased. They really did. Because
They
stop
went
playing with
in.
us. Stop playing with us all the time and thinking shit sweet. You think,
Cause
hey,
it's really
Alicia,
not.
you think shit sweet and it's not.
It's not. Ain't no way you should have pulled up on that man like that for doing his job.
Because why did you do him like that?
He was doing his job. And then
Very
respectful about it.
uneducated.
Like I said, like the man body language was showing. He like, hey man, y'all know the ferry gotta come here. You know what I mean? Like
And he
move.
moved it up like 3 feet himself. Like 3 feet was enough for the other boat to getting into where it was. They had been waiting like 45 minutes to an hour for them to move it. And that's not the first time they done had issues with these people.
So it was
Yeah.
coming. It was justice all the
They
way
want the
around.
smoke. You know what I'm
They
saying? They just
thought it was
found
no,
out.
they did not. They definitely did not want to smoke. My G.
No.
Like I said
They got it
again,
though.
they definitely got it. When them people come off that ferry running up to that boat, telling you, but like I say, the the younger one, you could tell was just kind of preparing. That old man that was all up in Buddy face, swinging hard, got him to the ground. They kicking at my man's. Buddy was up there like he ain't know whether to grab for the
No, cause you
wheel.
know that's how it go. It be sweet until you know what I'm saying. You want the smoke, then it's wait a minute. Hang on, buddy. Now we
Like,
finna
hold
talk.
on, wait, what's going on? Let's talk about. No, we ain't trying to talk about nothing.
Man, I hate it. Y'all.
Oh,
You know it
oh,
had to be.
definitely.
I just go. Even if somebody whispered in the midst of throwing a punch, like nigger, you know,
Listen, even if you didn't, I'ma feel
you
like
know it
you
was
did
coming
anyway,
because you did.
because you did, because you
Because they wouldn't
played.
have done one of their elders like that. Some people are being like, "Oh, it's not a race issue," which okay, I can kind of see that, but never in the history would they have with one of their older people came up to them like, "Hey, you got to move it." If anything, they would. That's just old man so and so. But they would have never disrespected that older man like that. They pulled it because he was an older black man.
Trying to do his fucking duty.
That's it.
That shit pissed me
And
off,
y'all
but
was in the wrong. Like, how you loud and wrong?
super loud, but wasn't on none of that. None of that energy was there, especially from Mr. Croc. That mic
When I
shit
seen them
became a
Crocs up that man
scandal.
ankles like that, like uh old school with crew socks. When I seen them Crocs up that man ankles like that, I hollered. So I say he forgot to put them in sport mode, and I screamed. Oh shit!
Man, it's
Why you didn't
sad
come
to
through
me,
though?
huh?
Why you didn't come through? You should have been calling me, asking me what was up with the next day.
Gee,
I mean, I don't have no
all
bowling shoes. I
time.
got them little picnic chairs.
I can't swim. Gee, I'd have had to float and it'd have took too long. I'd have just been floating. with the chair on my chest the whole time. Like I
That's
wouldn't have
real
been.
black of you to say that you couldn't swim. That's a little bit disrespectful.
I don't mean for it to be.
No,
It's just
it
true.
was.
It's
It
just
was.
true. She said I was happy because Montgomery is rich in civil rights history. Yeah, so it couldn't have been a better place. I definitely feel that.
You was gonna do it. That's the plan. And I think it's as good as it was gonna go. Like ain't nobody get hurt for real. Like we squared up. That's that. Meet us out back.
Now here's a
It was smooth.
question I got for you, G. And I'm honestly on the fence of it. And the reason I'm on the fence, I say this, I was gonna ask, would you have helped?
Yeah.
See, that's a trick
But you
ass
know, okay, so
question.
right, that's why, because you know I'm getting in the field immediately. I damn, I damn, it was like, gee, you wanna? So yeah, of course. But that's anywhere. Like that's not just specific to that situation. Like I bet not see nobody talking to a black woman no type of way. Or a black man no type of way. Cause now I'm finna telling you, hey, they over there talking to this black man like this. Like I'm just not going for none of it ever, anywhere. Kroger, Montgomery, next door, it don't matter.
Even back home.
Even back home now, I'm probably just gonna get a little mouse the tool for back home because
As
I'm not gonna play with
as
you
you
because
should.
I know what type of time you on, but other than that, yeah.
And see, I'm on the fence because I feel like I definitely would have helped down there in Montgomery, but I'm on the fence here. Now I
Okay.
can also say I wouldn't have been in that Maxwell watching that neat.
Okay.
But when I think about a group fight, right? So say I don't see that they messing with maybe an old park leader at the park around here or something. I don't see that. I just see the rush. My instinct is usually, hey man, get up, out of there. Get up
And see,
out
I
of there.
take that back then because I misunderstood the question. I'm thinking exact same
Oh
situation,
no, it
Montgomery at
definitely
home.
was initially, but I said I'm
Okay.
only on the
But
fence
yeah,
because of the situation.
if
Yeah,
it was a different situation, like if it was that Maxwell shit, like we said before, I'm definitely gonna have to think twice about it because
I
I have to.
don't know if I could. Buddy would have had to fight me or something. And to punch that lady, like I don't know if I could. Even if I couldn't beat the man, I don't know if I could just sit there and watch. Not a
No.
female.
Well,
I don't know
say
if I could. But it's still
this
I don't know.
it's a hard, yeah, it's a hard. I don't know because of course you want to, of course you like, yeah, but
Like
you also like shit.
at least
I
say
gotta go.
only thing hurts was them people feelings and them Crocs and that folding chair. And the folding chair wasn't hurt. He probably was more hurt by the motherfucker sitting on his ass. He got some action.
He said he was at the city. His grandma was at the city, and so he's supposed to have made all type of shit.
Man, it was the do rag and the black ones, man. I howl so hard because I'm like, when you really think about it, like I cannot get over the fact that they were so tough. Shouts out to Too Short. It was all good just a week ago. It was all good just like 30 minutes ago. Not that, because you just put me on 45 minutes. We waiting. So then you telling me it's our people on the side of that. I was
So people
like,
was it was some people supposedly on the boat, like, and they blowing and they like move y'all boat and they like whatever, giving them the Kanye shrug.
so
Yeah, it's
they
like
just pulled it with everybody.
with everybody. I ain't like, hey, this Montgomery. We on a boat, baby. The goddamn Catalina wine mixer.
Realistic question. How do you feel about the woman that got cracked across that shit?
She surely should have. Because you got
Okay.
in the field. If I get in the field, like you say, would I have gotten in it? I getting in it well aware that, hey, it might
anything
only
goes.
go one way, and that's just what it is. Or else I can sit the fuck down. So yeah, shit. I wish somebody would run up and crack it. No,
Listen to me, man. I wish it was somebody that could talk to him. I want to know how y'all feel now. How do
you know
you
how they feel.
feel?
You want to know how they feel.
And I want to know how y'all feel after that whole situation went down. And will you pull it again? Of course, you know the place itself is probably gonna crack down to where they gonna make sure that don't happen. But I'm
Yeah,
saying, like, do you feel like you can do that again now? Like,
yes,
did you learn your
100%.
lesson? The on
No.
the one knee with it. Did you learn your lesson? Because usually it don't get physical, G. You see people.
That's
I
facts.
was just watching. Sorry to interrupt. I
No.
was just watching a TikTok, G, of a. She's a therapist, a black therapist, young. She was in one of those buildings where you know they rent out, and I'm not rent out, well, lease out like the sections, and people put their offices in these buildings.
Yeah.
So some type of way she got locked out, and she had to use the little sitting room that was by the lobby where the little vending machine and all that type of shit is at. And this man, this white lady was hounding her to a point she even got the police in there. And then she was
Ooh.
able to go back to, well, you didn't want to give me any information. She was like, who are you? My point is, it never really gets violent. You see that so much, and I'm proud of my people for that because I'm not really sure how I could react to something like that. Like you hounded me, and I blatantly know it's because of the color of my skin. Like
Yeah.
that's something I don't know how I will respond because I've yet to see it in its entirety, other than
Yeah.
maybe being in college, going to certain states and seeing it that type of way, but never to where I'm seeing these videos where these people like, and it felt so good to see that it was like, yo, I'm sick of your shit.
And you got to see it.
I'm like, legit.
It was a cute moment in Black history.
I
I
wanted to
appreciated
continue
so.
so bad. It inspired
Because
me,
that's
man.
honestly, it's the only way shit is going to stop. Like you can play all that peaceful shit all you want to, but like if nobody is responding to it, go to move to step 2, please. So
Because
I
there's
learned
really
that
no other way around it. The way you think about it, if it's pressure like that, don't put your hands on it.
because it didn't even have to go there. All you had to do was move.
That's it. And you felt that privilege, man. I don't know no other word. You felt that privilege
That's
because I hate to
exactly what
go
it
there.
is.
You know what I mean? I personally hate to go there because, like I say, I actually know some cool ones. But of course, that third eye is always open. But the audacity of these people, man. Sometimes, like the audacity. How did you think that was going to go? Like you literally thought he was by himself, which technically he was. 'Cause he
Right,
was just at a job. He was by himself because I want to hear them talk to him too. Like what did he feel like when
right.
the people started coming?
So the captain of the boat did he an older white guy did an interview too, and he was like it was 100% racially motivated. Like he was just really, really vouching for the older black man, and saying how he wasn't in the wrong.
Yeah.
So
That was defense. You can never go against defense. Like I didn't even like to see them take out the people that was helping in cuffs, although I know it wasn't really much they can do once they knew what was going down. And y'all was there
yeah,
to y'all knew what was
but
going
I
down.
also heard like they didn't intervene until it went there. Like when they was when the white people was jumping on them, I also heard now. I don't know how true it is, but it was supposedly filled with police, and they then decided to. Well, of course you can't ignore it at that point, but then why would
Uh,
it get there if he was out there to stop
I heard they were close by. Now, me, I don't know which is true. Like, I would hope they wasn't sitting there looking at that.
Yeah.
And then what motivated you to do it once you saw that it was too much for them? It's cool when
Said
they
that
do
it
it.
was.
It's a problem when they do it. Fuck.
That's the first thing that popped in my head. That's why I hollered. No, it's been a wild time.
It's been a super wild time. And again, I have to shout out Cuzzo for that because it is definitely something to talk about, man, because it's a lot going on, but it's good to see some reasonable pushback. 'Cause to me, that was a reasonable pushback.
It was. It was a fair one.
It was definitely because y'all,
You
man,
didn't start off like that, but
no,
it
it
ended
did.
well.
And like I was saying earlier, for you pop on G, for real, they barely handled my man's. My man's might have hit that ground, but he wasn't good. You ain't see him not one time do the cradle or the cover up. Like he was trying not to get, you know what I mean?
Like when he threw that hat up, he threw the back signal. You know, black folks gonna joke about everything.
But hey, that joke be partly reality because that's what exactly happened. He threw that up. It
Yeah.
was that's all you see, just all out people. Oh no, niggas don't throw their hats up, bro. Come
Because
on,
what did
man.
that mean? What do that mean? Should I start throwing my hat up? Well, is that what we doing now?
Hey, real ones assemble.
Let
Cue
me
the
know.
Avengers music.
Let me know something. I'm finna keep a hat on me. Y'all keeping chairs, but I'm gonna keep a hat and a musket tool in my bag.
I really hope how people are joking about it and all. I hope some are taking it to heart because I am definitely one that is.
What you mean?
Take it to heart to where, hey, stop letting that shit happen all around.
Oh, straight up.
Take that as an example. Like, yeah, they defended, what I'm saying, a historical place, but hey, let's stop taking that shit around everything. Yeah, that was the Bobby Schmurder, but nah, I know what you talk about. That was we see it in a different way. I know everybody gonna think the Schmurder, but the way he threw that hat up, man, I feel like a spotlight came up under it and the bat signal came out.
But now all I'm seeing is the man throwing his hat up and doing the dance. So like
hmm
that's all I see.
They should. I'm surprised that nobody remixed it to where they played that shit in the background.
I'm
But man, I'm
hollering.
ready for it to stop. Period. Like I don't care who you are. Stop letting people do certain people, elderly, kids. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
that
man.
shit
Women,
that
like,
pisses
come
me
on.
off.
I can't help but keep thinking about the whole Maxwell situation.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, win or lose, and I definitely understand where you're coming from with the you don't know, you don't. But man, a woman,
Yeah.
you had a better chance of swinging at the kid, and I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, you know what I mean? Like, chill out. Like, but three good ones seeing that don't make you
Yeah.
feel some type of way, you know what I
It
mean?
do.
Like,
It's still, I understand. Well, I don't understand as a man. I understand as a man how hard that must be. But,
I know
no, but I
what you
can't
mean.
just imagine like having to sit there as like a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like as a stand up guy and having to choose in your head. Like, because some people ain't gonna choose. Some people gonna go in swinging. That's cool too. But I also respect the ones who think twice. Cause
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword, man, but I always feel like there's something just could have been different. Just like that man could have been hurt bad.
yeah,
And truth be told, them people ain't messed up no more than they tried to mess up that man. So I feel like break even. I feel like straight break even and stop doing that shit.
yeah.
Stop doing that shit. Like, and I mean, that go for everywhere. Stop being so fucking judgmental and don't. Some people needed to be raised off that shit.
And
Our
that's the world
grandparents would
lacks
just
a
look
lot
at
of that.
you. Man, listen, our grandparents would look at you.
You already know what's up.
You knew what that look was. It's a respect thing. Like I say, regardless of, you know what I mean, the color, it's a
Yeah.
respect thing all around. It's a respect thing. I feel like a lot of these people don't have no respect, and they, like they used to say to us, oh, he ain't got his ass whooped. Oh,
And that's
he just ain't got his
exactly what
ass
it
whooped.
is, though. Because once you get your ass whooped, some people don't have to go there. Some people don't have to get their ass whooped to learn. But if you do, once you get that ass whooped, you learn.
I'm grateful I got it in-house through family. I, when motherfuckers was in this boy crib walking, you know what I'm saying? My cousin like, oh, you tough? Come on. Where we going? Outside. For what? I'm finna beat your ass.
No.
Couldn't do nothing with him, man. Humble ever since then, no starting or nothing, but I definitely will finish it. Like, stop doing it. Like, you don't have no reason to disrespect nobody. And if you really own that, then be on that. Like, you just picking.
Right.
Because I could have had a lot more respect for them if they was on some, what's up? But no, that boy was like, oh, whoa, whoa. Nah, ain't no whoa now, cuz. What you mean?
I'm
Whoa,
talking about
we said whoa 30 minutes ago.
they're like, no, time out. What you mean? They wasn't trying to hear it.
I used to know a person that would literally troll people before I knew what trolling was. And if you get on that with his ass and be like, why are you so violent? What the fuck do you mean?
After you didn't antagonize me for 72 hours, get the fuck out of here.
Now I'm like, fuck the talking. Knuckle to jaw, fam. And I'm wrong. And I'm wrong.
Yes, actually.
I hear you,
Because you don't have to, no, you definitely
but
right.
I ain't listening. I hear you, but I'm definitely
Because
not
I
listening.
don't know how to argue, so I was like, please just leave me alone. Because I don't know what to say to nobody. I'll say stupid shit. You are tell a bitch, come on. And now I'm embarrassed because I done said some dumb shit.
You hear this boy like, fuck, come on, so I can just beat your ass real quick. I,
I think people should just
man,
leave people alone in general.
yeah,
Everybody. Because
yeah,
everybody going through too much. Like, it's too much shit going on in the world
yeah.
for you to be picking with anybody. Like, why y'all so angry all the time about everything? I don't like people anyway.
Seek, but listen, here's the difference. You don't fuck with nobody, cuz.
I promise you, I don't.
You don't fuck with nobody. So I hear it.
Myself.
I hear it all day. I hear it. But when you walk in the room, shouts out to Block Legend, say, oh, and the young guy in ING. Shouts out to everybody in there. I just saw that pop up. Listen, you walk in the room with fire in it. How you expect to be cool?
Yeah. I mean,
Y'all thought that man was by himself.
and he wasn't.
And the moment you found that out,
You cool.
now logic comes into play.
Of course. Why wouldn't he? Because I'm cool. I thought it was just you. They finna, now y'all want to jump me?
y'all
gonna jump me?
gonna jump me. I feel like everybody got off light. They lucky it was them type of chairs too, because people could keep it above. It wasn't them fold out chairs that we got. He was by himself, but he wasn't by himself at all.
Like church basement chairs at all.
But look, and that's why I say you got off. Because the only thing I can say is you just caught the wrath of whoever was behind the chair. Because you ain't get hit by one of them. Everybody, granny, auntie, mama, sister, somebody got that steel fold out chair. What
See,
you
they
mean I
got
got
one.
one in
They
the
got one.
kitchen?
No, straight up. That's a good spades chair. You
So
know.
let's say that they were lucky that it was just that. Because them chairs ain't hidden. What damn giggles? What's happening? We ain't talking about the Alabama Royal Rumble. You already know what it is. You can't come in here. See, she
The
should know.
Royal Rumble.
It was the Alabama Rumble. The Alabama Rumble. Because it went down.
It did.
And in less than 2 hours.
Hello,
What you
beautiful
what
people.
Hey.
what's
How are you
happening,
doing
giggle?
today? How are you both doing?
Are we chilling like villains on Thanksgiving?
I
Boy.
heard that. Sorry, I'm trying to plug my phone up. I'm
Are
taking
you
some stuff.
Gucci? Man, look, you know we got to pick your brain on it, man. You seen the title. We in here talking about the Royal Rumble, man. What you think about the newly found WWE signing of the Alabama
Oh,
of the
I think like
Rumble
most
in
blacks right
Montgomery?
now, I'm elated. Like, feel like this is one time for the ancestors. Yeah. I feel like everybody that they called, I felt like it was literally like the Power Rangers. Like niggas was like, it's morphin' time. Like it was up. Like it was up. That was the call we was waiting for. Niggas have been like caged lions for so long. Like, I'm waiting for the chance we can go up. And that was up. Folks sent this hat up and it was up. Like, folks did
Not
the Avenger
folks.
symbol. Like, niggas activate. Oh, God. Like, for y'all think this shit sweet? They gonna beat up homie and they try to pull off like it was sweet. No, sir.
But no,
It's,
that's the
I told
thing.
you,
They ain't
if a
pull
race was
off.
what y'all want, it's what y'all gonna get.
Man, listen, they didn't even pull off though, gig.
They tried. They
I ain't
tried.
I didn't see that part
Yes.
because I saw a whole
When
bunch of
they
this.
got back on the pontoon after they beat up on me, them four fuckers
You
got back on
ain't
their
she ain't
pontoon, and
lying.
that's when the people
Yes.
got off the black people got off the yacht
And
and
ran up
confronted them.
on it.
And the homie walked up to him, and he got the main guy that was stumping Unk
Yeah.
out, and he
Oh,
said, "Fuck
that's
it,"
what the
smacked his ass, and that's when it was up. That's what reignited it, cause them punk motherfuckers tried to pull off like shit was sweet, and like no. Y'all on some gang shit? Okay, let's show it. Now that it's equal numbers, let's see if y'all gonna have the same energy.
Like when folks threw his hat up.
they did
Got
not.
their ass beat on the pontoon. It's the entitlement. They can't turn that shit off. Like, you're clearly in the wrong and y'all still gonna turn up. That's not the security guard. That was the co-captain of the boat that had to get off. Tell y'all to get out of a spot that's designated for them. Now, if that was the cruise ship, they'd have fined their ass. Like, everybody want to talk about the police. Wait, unlike y'all, we not like police, like 911. We try to, you know what I'm saying, resolve the shit amongst us first. Y'all the
Good.
ones that happy. I'm gonna call the police. Okay, bitch. Like, y'all act like y'all got them on speed dial. Like, bro, and I got 10 minutes before they get here. You gonna have a well-whooped ass, which was exactly what happened. Like, nigga, I
They
was feeling like,
legit.
what? Dude, the judge just like, nigga. I was
They
happy.
legit
I wish
played
I could have went
themselves.
through the screen, bro. Like, tag me in.
Say I want some.
Bro,
Probably.
that was
Hey,
crazy.
my man swam the cross
Man, I ain't gonna hold you. My soul smiled a little bit.
A little bit.
I was like, bro, it just has been caged lions waiting for this moment, bro.
Like, this
I'm
was
waiting for the
finally
day we
it.
have a race war. It's going up, like, because they got this shit delusional where they feel like they're superior race and they're untouchable. I think they forgot they bleed too. So sometimes we gotta like remind them, like, bro, toe for toe. Like, if we was going toe for toe straight up, we would demolish y'all. And the whole thing is, black people just been wanting equality, but equality for racist white people feels like oppression. So that's why they fighting it so hard, because they need to feel like they're above people because they ain't, respectfully, like I ain't trying to sound bogus, but they ain't shit. Like,
Now
they
you
had so much
sounding
smoke blown up
bogus.
their ass that they feel like they're the standard of beauty. They've discovered everything. Like, nigga, no, y'all can win. But
Man,
they need that shit perpetuated to make them feel like they're superior, better, smarter. But the real black know what's up. Y'all ain't superior. Like, we would demolish y'all if it came toe to toe. I ain't gonna hold you.
man, they
Easily.
flooded them people.
Demolish. But niggas ain't been wanting revenge. We just been wanting equality. But y'all gonna make us want revenge. And I think they
You
got a
pulling it
small,
out of them.
minuscule dose of that shit. Like, bro, if it really came down to it, bro, we gonna always have each other's back, even out in public. That's what the little head nod is for. Like, sometimes you'll go somewhere, be hella white people, you'll see another black person like, hey, you got my back and some shit crack off in here? Yeah, I got you. Like, it's just universal.
That's
Like,
some
we
comforting
back to back in
shit.
this
Like,
motherfucker.
okay.
Like, I don't even know you, but we fighting our way up out of here because
Yeah,
we know what it is. And the
yeah.
underlying racism that white people try to make seem like doesn't exist. Meanwhile, we're watching our people get beat the fuck up, arrested at crazy rate. Look at that shit. And that was right after a Trump rally. So, you know, they was gassed up, feeling themselves like, who you think you are, boy, telling us what to do. That type of energy. And that's what you
Mm.
gotta deal with down south. Grown men talking to each other. Like, bro, that man grown just like you grown. Who you calling boy? Like, I don't see no boy here. Where you see a boy at?
And
You
see,
already
I
feel
ain't
like
even know it was a rally.
Me
That makes
either.
sense. I ain't even know it was after a rally. That make a lot of sense.
yeah, Trump be gassing their ass. And
If
they
he
feel
ain't gonna do
entitled.
shit
Man,
else, he
them
gonna
parking
gas
the
him up.
fucking Boomtown and a goddamn designated riverboat spot. Like, but that's white people. Like, they feel like the rules don't apply to them. Because they've been made to feel that way. How much have they gotten away with? And you know what I'm saying? You just pacifying them. It's just like, oh, we're white. We'll get away with it. And when they do get arrested, they say shit like, I'm being treated like a black person. Like,
Man, that shit
what
like
the
a
fuck?
color, to be exact.
Patty.
It's super petty. It's super
But it
petty.
warmed my heart. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's super. But I wanted to stick, man. That's what me and Shy was just talking about. Like, I kind of wanted to stick, but I fear it won't. And I mean, all around, like, stop the disrespect. Stop the disrespect. Like, you can't get popped in your shit.
Yeah. Like
Like,
they
popping,
got
like, come
woke
on,
white
man.
is untouchable because they got the police in their back pocket. And they've gotten to policing niggas, so they feel like they gonna have niggas walking through life on eggshells. But those of us that know, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, and I stand by that shit. Do I want to die? Hell no, nobody want to die and go out no crazy like Queen Latifah and set it off. But am I gonna walk through life tiptoeing and let you bang me up against the wall and feel like because you white you can do and say whatever to me? I'm not gonna. I prayed on it this morning, nigga. It's above me. So, and nigga, we gonna fight the police, yeah. And I'm gonna raise my hands up. Hope them niggas don't shoot, but whatever. And bro, and then when I see your ass in heaven, it's still up. What you talking? Like,
Every
I'm at the
time.
pearly gates waiting on your ass. Like Cardi B said, if we got beef forever. What you talking about? Like, I'm on that. Thought you was getting in heaven swiftly, sent you off. Still
So
on there
look,
with your
it,
ass.
I don't even have to ask Giggles if she would have helped.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I don't even have to ask.
I be
That
waiting for that shit. I leave with peace, but I ain't gonna hold you. I be waiting for that shit too. Like, I had a white lady bump me at the mall, and I almost went Alabama on her ass. I was like,
No.
"Don't pick
this
up the
the
same
thing that's crazy. I never run into it. I'm always seeing it from a video or hearing it from my people that's dealt with it.
Yeah.
I never run into it. So when I see it, of course, it's upsetting, but I be loving to hear, like how Giggles just went in, like I say, it's hard for me to say it because I definitely know it's real, but it ain't nothing that I ever seen closer than a video. Because out here, like I say, I know if I got jumped on 79th, it'll be more recording of me getting jumped than anything else. You get what I'm saying? So I hate to even have that vision, but that's the vision though.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm just as geeked as y'all because I'm like, hell yeah, stop fucking with people. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily as passionate with it because I don't see it.
You don't see what?
I don't see the hate coming from that side. Most of the hate I see come from my side.
I see it in every day and how we're arrested. I see it in how we're treated. I can go to the store with a white friend and it could be two workers and me and my friend will walk in and both of them hoes will follow me. Like white people don't steal. Like bitch, the only fair thing would be one of y'all take me and one of y'all take her. That's equality. But when both of
Yeah,
y'all follow me, bitch, we ain't even know shit. But you make me wish that I would have had my white friend stealing, jigging, finessing from y'all because you assuming shit. So I see
yeah.
it every day. I see it in
Mm.
how we're treated and like, you know what I'm saying, even being an interracial couple. Shit, you can go try to apply for a house. They gonna show you all the hood ass ghetto spots, despite your credit rating, etc. White folks, they gonna instantly take them to the uppity neighborhood. And y'all can have the same goddamn credit score. Like, nigga, don't be showing me the projects because I'm black. What the fuck? Nigga, my credit good. Nigga, I said I got 800,000 to spend. How you showing me project shit? Like, but that's what they gonna lowball you because you black. Am I saying everybody has that experience? No. Now you're of the 10% of black people that's never experienced racism, and that is a beautiful thing. But to the rest of us, it has been a bumpy ass shitty ride. And it's been plenty of times I've been pulled over and it's just like, you be like, nigga, I just hope it goes smooth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's all you can do.
I just hope it goes smooth, bro. Like, am I saying that I wasn't speed? I'm not saying that. Do I deserve a ticket? Hell yeah. Do I deserve to get beat and pulled out the car? Hell no. That's the difference. That's the difference. I've seen a video of a white officer telling a white lady, "Oh, you don't have nothing to worry about. We don't shoot y'all." What kind of shit is that to say?
See, and
And if
that's
it's
what
a
I'm
lie,
saying.
I
I
say it.
see
Or
that
if it's a
shit.
lie, they telling it.
I would see that shit, but never run into that shit. That shit is absolutely crazy to even
That's
hear. It's
crazy.
crazy to hear because for real, when I think about it, my college experience and the little help I needed when starting out in Iowa have came from straight up white people. I've had my own family fuck over. So like I say again, I am not blind to it. I definitely see it, but as far as again, you said it, Giggles, the experience of it, and it's damn near fear now because I don't know if I spaz the fuck out from
Yeah.
seeing. Closest
I
thing
mean,
I ever
bro,
seen
it's
to
still
that.
videos of people black being denied access to restaurants. And that's the experience of being black. And they be denied access for saying shit like, oh, no shorts, no gym shoes. And you'll look inside and see hello white people with cargo shorts on and fucking tennis shoes. What's the difference? If it's a dress code, it's a dress code. I don't see nobody been a bitch with business suit on, no ties or nothing. But it's because I'm black. So there's a difference in how we're treated throughout the world. Schooling, job, all that shit. So for some people, it affects, like I tell them, to throw enough food at a wall, some of that shit gonna stick. Is it some black people that have been able to shake that shit off and be like stronger and didn't let it break them? Hell yeah. But why do everybody gotta fight through the fucking mud just to be like at the average success? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a white president that was fucking C-average student, fucking did cocaine. If Obama couldn't have did none of that shit to get in office. None of it. None of it. And fucking, what was the last one, fucking cocaine head. This one fucking racist. He a fucking fucking things calling people Pocahontas and shit. Like, when you know a presidential candidate roasting motherfuckers like, oh, Pocahontas over here and fucking put a Punjab. He be saying shit like that and fucking debates and shit like racist as hell. Like, just no diplomacy, bro. But because he white and rich, it's okay. It's okay. They ignore it. Could nobody of color ever come up to no white person? Look how Nick Cannon called them savages and Vikings, and he had to apologize because they said he was racist. Bro, y'all some fucking descendants of Vikings and fucking savages. I'm not apologizing for that shit. Stand on that shit. They can do blackface and do all that shit to us, but then the moment you call them out, now you racist, it's the gaslighting for me, bro. Fuck that, bro. Nope. I told you. I'm a Black Panther on all accounts. I can't deal it. I can't deal with it.
Say, is it racism or is just him cracking jokes?
But of course, with them being black, they going, oh, you're racist. No, you can't. Black people can be prejudiced. We can't be racist.
Now, I think we the most accepting race of all.
Yeah. You could be
I really do. Like,
oh, man, we getting that look like you ain't on no crazy shit, right? Oh, y'all cool. It ain't the same.
And that motherfucker protect, exactly. And that motherfucker protective on the real and everything. You ain't gonna fuck with him. That's our white boy. That's our white girl type shit. But that shit don't. Not. I will say I did see some crazy race shit before. You mentioned Obama. That time he went against McCain, wasn't it John McCain? That old ass white dude.
Yeah.
I was working at APAC in Iowa at the time, and I was driving with one of the supervisors to her crib, which was like Clinton, some shit like that. We had to drive 45 minutes away to her shit. And there was a billboard that said, vote for McCain, not the nigga. Fuck me up.
See?
That white girl was so nervous next to me. It was just a silent ass ride. But like I say, that's as close as that's been but I've never had that one-on-one where an actual person get on that.
Have you never had it, or have you just never had it to be that in your face? Do you think
to be that in my face, like how I see it on these videos.
Okay.
So if it is the worst I could see, and even by how Giggles break it down, I could see me probably being looked at as the token motherfucker. But I've never had it to where I could see a motherfucker on that shit. It was always phony smiles from everybody, though. It wasn't just white people. The phony smiles was coming from everybody, G. That's what I'm saying. I've never had it to where I felt like a motherfucker looking at me like this nigga.
You remember the tip?
Tip. Fucking right.
Bro, I
Panera bread.
So much shit.
Panera
Bro, I hit a
bread.
red light and got hit by a white dude. He got out the car and literally said it was my fault. We were at a turning light, bro. He hit us from behind and got out the car and was like, y'all hit me. And bro, I had never literally been a part of some like literal gaslighting shit. And I'm like, motherfucker, how you gonna blame the tree for the accident? We're in the turning lane sitting here at light. He come up, swoop. He might even been a little intoxicated. But it was the fact that he came out the car automatically because he saw brown, we were wrong. How do you know what I'm saying? It's automatic. The fuck what happened. Fuck the blacks, all that shit. You here, you black, you at fault. Like, we was
man.
And my mama saw my face. She know I don't give no fuck about that. Like, I was about to clock his ass. Like, my mama was like, get back in the car. Because she saw my face. I was going home. I felt it. Like, this motherfucker. I felt it.
I almost forgot about that shit. Shanika just reminded me of some shit. Nah, G, when I was this another Iowa story. See, that must have been me blocking that shit out. I used to deliver for Panera Bread out there in fucking Moline, Illinois and shit. This one time I had this big dumbass order that I was taking because I had an 03 Chevy Suburban. Big ass, the three seater, you know what I mean? With the 3 rows and shit, and a big ass trunk. I got this big ass order, G. I take this to this white lady, beautiful ass house, all this. That lady gave me a quarter for it. Too. What up, Drew? That lady literally gave me
And it
a
was winter
quarter.
time, was it not?
What?
Yeah. Like I say, I see it every. My uncle's a plumber. I see it. We work with white people and my uncle. We've seen him bid a job and my uncle bid a job. He will literally quote people $15,000 for the same job, and they don't bat an eye because he's a white guy. My uncle, who has been in the game for a long ass time, probably trained half of the people that's working for the white guy. He can bid $9,000 for the same job, and they like, well, you don't think you can give me a deal? That's kind of steep. That's kind of, and we left because like you don't know, we know the white dude, so
Right.
we know that he quoted you 15, y'all didn't bat an eye. But the black man tell you 9, and you still want to lowball me, bro. I'm giving you a $6K deal, and you still want a deal on the deal. Cause you see a nigga, you feel like my worth ain't worth shit. Like, bro, fuck all that, man. Put something on it and put tax on it. You got me fucked up.
Who
Left
the
right.
answers?
I already know what Nick laughing at.
He laughing, man.
Out of nowhere, out of left field.
He said, block.
Oh, block a plumber. Almost you like laying a pipe.
Both of you niggas just go. Both of you
Yeah,
niggas
man.
just come after me.
Hey,
We
you be
get
role
it
playing with
money
your old lady coming
monopoly.
in with the belt on, like, man. Heard you had some pipe need. Heard you had some pipe need land. Like, oh, y'all got a role play.
I know what you want.
Oh. Heard you had a
Listen,
lemonade.
man. At the end of the day, stop fucking with people.
Damn, that was my final thought.
What you
Hey,
say?
just elaborate. I say at the end of the day, stop fucking with people.
Period.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the thing.
It's
Stop
literally
fucking
live in
with people.
peace
Stop,
or stay on your side.
man. Stop
That's
putting
all it
people in positions to have to. Hey, don't play with it.
is.
Listen,
Cause
man.
we
As
go.
always, man. We started it with the Alabama Royal Rumble, but I love the energy of my G's because it goes to another level every time. Now this time I'm gonna be smart with it, and I'm gonna have my final thoughts started with Miss Giggy. Please tell me your final thoughts on the whole Alabama thing, and even what you were saying before, whole racism thing. Period.
I'll stay on top about the Alabama thing. It brought my heart joy. I love to see my people, no questions asked, just standing up for each other, defend each other. In the face of adversity, they saw wrong being done to another brother. They didn't question it. It just, we was unity. They saw one color, one band, one sound. And I fucks with that energy, and I wish that energy was spread out into other facets of our community, like where we could be that tight knit group in other aspects and black business and all the other shit. Have each other's back in that way in other aspects, not just when we see white folks coming at us. And that's my final thoughts.
That's right. Shanika?
Well, my final thoughts are just fuck around and find out. Like you said, I love to see it. Like it really, like we joke about it, but it really was good to see black people come together because we always so hard on ourselves. So I go out of my way to be extra nice to black people. Like a black woman could bump me and I'm like, excuse me, sis. Like I really do go out of my way because I think we're not kind enough to each other. So leave people alone or we're gonna find out because I keep my backpack on me. And it's a strap in there. It's a strap in there.
Too much shit in here. Listen. Mine is, man, first of all, I gotta just say it again. Stop fucking with people. Stop fucking with people. Like they said in that video, scientifically known. If you fuck around, you're gonna find out. If you don't fuck around, then you'll never find out. Ladies, as always, I appreciate y'all energy, man. I swear y'all keep my shit going like for like the Terminator on this shit. Y'all got definitely the energy that the lounge needs. Every time I do a panel, it's crazy. Oh yeah, shouts out to everybody coming out. We're gonna bring the mental health awareness back. I definitely got a special guest coming in for the next one. We're gonna have some dope shit on the 30th that I'm gonna need y'all for as well. And I hope everybody has a good week, rest of your week, rather. You know what I mean? Stay safe and all that good shit. And of course, thank you for tuning in to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones, episode 38, brought to you by who, Nikki?
Block Legend 7. Talk to a motherfucking nice.
I don't talk to him at all. I'm going to end it like this, man. Living off good instinct counts. So always keep your logic. We out. Ooh, with the smoke. We out.
Hey.